Hey everybody, welcome to my 2012 30 Years to Life, my top 10. Hope you guys enjoy it. Coming in at number 10 is End of Watch, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. I thought this was a great cop movie, and it had a great story, great ending, and everything. And it's just one of those movies that you can just watch and just enjoy it. So definitely check this movie out if you haven't. Coming in at number 9 is The Django Unchained, starring Jamie Foxx and Leonardo DiCaprio. This movie right here actually shocked me on how much I actually enjoyed it. I'm not really one for the Western type movies or the slave type movies or anything like that, but this movie, great acting just from beginning to end, and it was just a great movie all the way around. Definitely, if you haven't seen this, check this one out as well. Let the hate start rolling, because number 8, I have The Dark Knight Rises. Yes, that's how far down this movie is. If I could not have this movie on my list, I wouldn't have this movie on my list. But it is a Batman film, so I do like a Batman film, but this movie it was not good in my opinion at all. I wasn't too into it like the Dark Knight was. The Dark Knight is a great movie. I'll get into that when I get to the 2008, but this movie here just was kind of lackluster for me, and that's the reason why it's so far down on my list. It didn't meet the expectations that the Dark Knight set up, basically. Coming in at number 7 is American Reunion. Now, I grew up with these characters. They graduated, when the movie American Pie came out in '99. It was just, I loved that movie. I watched all 3 of the originals in theaters, and then this one I did miss in theaters, but I still got to catch it when it came out on DVD Blu-ray. And to me, it captures what the original was, and it was just a great. I like the film, and it was a great comedy and everything. And just to see these characters now, so many years later, it was good, definitely good, and that's the reason why it's so high on my list. It was one of my favorite comedies of 2012. Coming in at number 6 is The Hunger Games, and that's right, it's the very first one. The very first one was actually really, really good. I loved the entire story of it and everything. It didn't make me want to go read the book or anything like that, but it was just a great story. It was actually, I think, one of the first films I seen Jennifer Lawrence in, and I liked it. I really did. I thought it was a great movie. The sequel, Catching Fire, that movie just pissed me off when it got to the end, so therefore it just didn't make me want to finish the series whatsoever. I consider Hunger Games is just a standalone movie. In my opinion, that's where it ends. Coming in at number 5 is Men in Black 3. This movie doesn't get a lot of love, basically, because I don't know if people just didn't like it or whatever. I actually personally liked it. It brought back a lot of the capture, what I felt when I watched the first 2 films, especially, the first one. I liked the time travel aspect of it. I actually didn't mind the villain in the movie. And Josh Brolin does a great job playing a younger Tommy Lee Jones. I mean, it was just a good movie it was just a good, funny movie in my opinion. Is it as good as the original 2? Or I think it's probably better, definitely, than the second one, but not as good as the first one. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Coming in at number 4 is my favorite animated movie of the 2012, and that's Wreck-It Ralph. I love the aspect of they brought back, they bring all these other video games in, like with Street Fighter, Pac-Man, just a bunch of different, video game aspects in this movie, and it turned out great. I love the movie, and the fact that they're going even farther in the sequel that's coming out this year. So that's the reason why Wreck-It Ralph is so high on my list. It's one of the best animated movies of that year. Coming in at number 3 is Cabin in the Woods. It's my favorite horror movie of 2012. If you notice, the rest of this list doesn't contain horror movies, because it's like 2012 just fucking sucked. We had like Sinister, and it's just some other bad movies. Cabin in the Woods, though, it took it in a totally different direction. It kind of made it like it was like Evil Dead in a ways, but it had a really cool twist in this movie, which made this movie very interesting. It has Chris Hemsworth in it, and I liked it. I liked the whole premise of the whole movie and everything, and it's just, to be honest, it's one of those classics that doesn't get the recognition that it should get, I think, when it comes to the horror genre. Coming in a movie at number 2 is The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, I would love to give this movie my number 1, like I did Amazing Spider-Man 2, but there was a better movie out there that year. But this one was the reboot of we're going away from Sam Raimi's, and this is what we get. And to be honest, I love this movie because of the fact that we got a different type of Spider-Man than we had in the previous films. And Emma Stone just fucking gorgeous, blows it out of the park. Just great in all way. I will be doing probably on a Throwback Thursday a review of this probably the Amazing Spider-Man movies 1 and 2. So look for that coming soon, guys. You guys don't have to request that one. That one probably will be coming. And of course, my number one movie of 2012 is The Avengers. This movie right here brought all the characters that we had been seeing in the previous MCU movies, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and just brought them to the center stage all together in one damn movie. And I just remember being just blown away, especially when they got to the end fight scene in the New York, and just seeing them together on the screen was just fantastic. And I'll be honest with you, I hadn't had that kind of feeling since I watched the very first Spider-Man film ever. But this is my 2012 top 10, guys. Leave a comment box in the box below. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'll be doing these still every week until I get to 1987. So, till next time, guys.